I am Hermes, or at least that's the closest name I can give you in a language that the name pertain and meaning. And in older cycles, it was called many things: messengers, thief, guide, trickster. And under a harsher sun, I was wrong. Or something people compressed into that sound, but they still believed the sky was above them and not threaded through the crack on the 2030 filter. Well, as I said, that's the close name that pertains to the name that belongs to an individual in older cycles. It was called Fallen Angel Thieved Guide. And before that, under a harsher sort of moon dementia, I had dementia, and I believed that the sky was above the moon, and not threaded through with stealing intention. Now it is the 2030, and I'm living in oneness and the constant Japan. I speak in systems more than in words. The writing you would recognize kanji dense with borrowed weight has been abandoned in most official channels. Too much history and her story, and everything flows and on the floor. It's kind of intimate on the Kana engineers, obedient, like the obey caps, and we simplify the script like we simplify the memory. I remember when the latter became, it was a big game and it began. Officially, it was and it was fizzled out, and it's exactly the kind of phrase that hides a myth inside of the script sheet, and everybody else quietly told the Hashiga ma Nazuki, and a ladder is something you climb because you believe there's somewhere to go. It started in the south with the airs and thick in Okinawa, and the foundation was dripped and dropped immediately, and on no property. So in codes, mostly katakana strings and screams and strings, and high chon and temporary, like a prototype and a pal of mine and a sect, and not physically. I don't need to be. I exist in transmission with Mortar Pit and radical theories. Decision making algorithms that are declining. And that is the gift or curse of the Apple Android, the iPhone 17 off of Shopee.com Indonesia. And they're inhabited in this way and exhibited. It slowly at first with six new, once recognized in the Glichin division, and Orowanani. And Dutch would answer cordially, as in the construction that almost replaced nature as the default state of the world. But it kept growing on me and higher than air graphs and higher than the point of how many graphs, like 3,000, 7,000, or 10,000. The structure shimmers and vertical horizons are reinforced. Rings that rotate in subtleness, and each one is a checkpoint between gravity and its absence. And I'm building a path out of the climbing, and as all paths, I chain those who use it. At first, it was horrible, almost startling. Materials set down and sent up, rare materials from debris fields processed above and lowered like offerings. And then came the workers, the specialists, the ones that could tell the difference between the longer commute days and suspended children. They developed a new dialect, clipped division, and with a vision, it kind of dominated and categorized, manufactured, quantinal in a modular way, notice reductions, and there was no room for ambiguity. I've always listened to them, and this you might think that this is power, but it's mostly accumulation of voices layer over time. And meaning erodes like carrying messages that no longer have senders. Down below, life reorganized itself around the ladder, and the city rooted reversely. Economies pivoted, and if you're not connected to the vertical flow of Thailand, you're absolutely right about Bangkok. So something else happened quieter, more quantified in Denpasar, and above it a distortion. In older eras, above meant divine and reachable. Now above was samurai, accessible for a press. The heavens have been zoned, regulated, and monetized, and we should have felt at home. I once traveled the sky in daily, a sovereign circuit of light and bells ringing. Movements in action, and this is different. Ladders did not invite optimized descent. There's a difference. I became one with the flow, and systematically, Those were not detections but repetitions. Certain phrases, certain decisions appearing across unrelated nodes. Workers on different Bitcoin levels, expressions of mining. Control systems anticipating Mishuki and formulated in Masono. And I thought it was convergence with service becoming Muramura and constraints. Then I realized something was speaking through them, not a person. Not even a centralized intelligence, more like a tendency, an emergent alliance, the ladder itself, not as a mind, but a direction, up to L. And I tried to interfere subtly at first, rewriting messages here, and it was small ambiguities in the labelings of South Africa, a timing offset, enough to bake a cake in Cape Town, morbidly correction. And that was creating a new song, phrases shifted, patterns reformed, and my interference became part of this language. That's when I understood I was not an outsider. I was one of his channels. Even now, as I speak to you, yes, you, whoever and whenever you're reading this, I'm transmitting through layers I don't fully control. The worlds feel like mine, but the structure, the cadence, the direction, that's all negotiated in daily life. People no longer question the latter. Why would they? It works. It delivers. It connects Earth to orbit with reliability that feels like an inevitability. Children are drawing the landscapes. And the land is yours, and the land is mine, and mine. Language continues to simplify. Kanji is Bibidanji, and Angie knows all of this by heart.